Hello, worm enthusiasts. Jamie here with Wasatch Worms again. Now, earlier today, I was going through my bins and I noticed that this bin in particular seems a little dry. You can kind of see around the edges here. It feels a little dry. It's just not. Looks like something to look into. Now, this is a breeder bin. I'm doing a little bit of an experiment with it. Normally with breeder bins, you're supposed to do about 200 worms for red wigglers specifically per square foot. This only has about 250 worms in it, and it's a little over 2 square feet. So it's way undersized. In addition, I'm not sure that all the red wigglers that I got were adults, but that's okay. Long term, that is totally fine because within a few weeks, they will be adults themselves. And so, even though in this round I may not get what I'm looking for, by the time I harvest this and switch them over to the next bin, then I should have plenty of adults to try this experiment with again. But again, this has about 250, it was about a quarter of a pound. And I bought them specifically as pure red wigglers. So let's look into this a little bit deeper here. Now I did spray this down a little bit earlier to make it a little bit more moist. This was just some packaging that I got. They love it though. They love every day when I open up the bin. They're always just up here like rubbing through it. They're stuck to it. They absolutely love this. And so I'm going to continue using it as a top covering until eventually it gets worked down enough and it'll become bedding film as well. So let's go through this and kind of check out the bin a little bit closer. Okay. Yeah, you can see it. I mean, it's good. It holds, when you go in and you squeeze it, it stays together for the most part, but it's starting to flake apart, and you can tell that it's definitely not what you want in a breeder bin. I was going through this, and I'm not seeing many worms at all. Where did they all go? Aha. Look at all that. So they're not really out in the cocoa core, really. Now this cocoa core, I did prepare it ahead of time. I made sure that it had some nice life going into it for them, so it'd be a little bit more hospitable. But they all seem to be preferring right in here where I fed them. Now, when I first fed them, I only fed them just a little bit of frozen strawberries, I believe it was. But yeah, they are not out here at all in this other stuff. And I mean, who can blame them when that other area has more life in it than this does, because this is dried out. It's just seems to be a better overall place for them. More hospitable, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so we are going to boost the moisture content in this outer material. You want to get it up pretty good for them. So this is just some dechlorinated water. It's room temperature. I tested it with a thermometer. It came out to about 76, 77 degrees. So I'm not worried about changing the temperature for them too much. This should... Hi, little guy. So cute. Now let's make this really nice for them. And some more. So there are some out here in the pockets where there was some moisture. But this is why I check on my worm bins often, especially new ones, because I want to make sure that I'm giving them the best home that I can. I want them to thrive. I want them to give me lots of little cocoons, lots of little worm babies. It still feels pretty dry over here, so we're going to give him some more water. Now, if this were just a regular composting bin, I wouldn't be as concerned about it, right? Because they have their nice home here, and that seems to be good for them. That's where like a lot of the food is for them. But because it's a breeder bin, you really want to increase that moisture. You want to get it as... Oh, there's some more. Get it as high as you safely can. Now, I could definitely do a lot more moisture in this bin, but there's one other rule that I like to follow with my bins, and that's small changes, right? I don't want to go from super dry to overly wet. I want it to adjust. So I'm going to cover this back up and then, keep checking in on it and see how the moisture is, see how the worms react to what I've given them, how I've changed their home. And if it seems to be a positive change overall, then I will continue with it. Depending on how the moisture is tomorrow, I might add a little bit more. Now, normally with breeder bins, you're not supposed to mess with them that much. But this is something that, again, I want to take slowly. If you are liking what you see, please like this video. Subscribing would be awesome. I would greatly appreciate that. I'm just going to finish covering this back up and then get it back up on the shelf. Anyway, guys, thanks so much.